Hi, this is Arielle Live TV, and today I have a co-host and a guest, no other than my editor-in-chief, of course, attorney Seven Shipman. How are you today?
I'm okay. How are you? This hot day, 110
It's a hot
degrees.
day. Yesterday it's 108. I was working yesterday on the field and also today and probably tomorrow. So yeah.
This is the desert. This is the Southwest. This is
Well,
Nevada. What do
people
you
are
want?
keep complaining about the heat, but they love Las Vegas. You know why? It's a good place to live. It's
Why?
not expensive. It is not. Now the housing went up, of course. The housing went up, and everybody is still buying, and they don't even think about the heat or the cold.
Well, sales tax is nearly 10%. That's pretty high.
And we don't have a state tax.
I mean, income tax.
Estate tax.
Estate income tax.
Yeah,
Or
estate income. What do we
estate-
call it?
What do you call it? A state or a state income tax?
I don't know. Which
A state
however you-
income tax means it's like a federal tax on your income. They don't have that here.
That's the beauty about it. That's why everybody are coming here. But you know what? I know they are anticipating that Raiders are coming pretty soon. What?
2 years.
19, 20, 21, 22. So 4 years.
How will that benefit you, by the way?
I don't think it will be benefits
Okay.
me. The only thing will benefits is Las Vegas, of course.
No,
Nevada, to bring more income, to generate more income, to pay back what they owe to Nevada.
No, it's interesting when you live in a big city like Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco. Yes, the sports teams have an impact, but not great. In New York, for example, you have the Giants football, but they now are in New Jersey. The same thing with other sports. You would have the New York Yankees. They were in the Bronx, but they were trying to go to New Jersey. So people respect sports, but the city is not sports for most cities.
Well,
Like, except
but
for Green
you
Bay.
asked me what is it will be benefit us because we're building more houses. My builder, Destiny Homes, are building more houses, and we have 14 houses right now. 10 will be built in a couple of months. We're gonna go 5 houses, and then another 5 houses.
Let me ask you this. Being a lawyer, I always do what the client says.
Okay.
You're not my client yet, but others maybe. We talk about...
I'm not gonna be your client because we're gonna be working together.
Okay. But I'm also a lawyer, so I like
Yeah,
to,
I know,
also
I know,
generate
I
it.
know.
But my point is this. Having been here for over 6 years, people talk about a drought, they talk about the environment, they talk about lack of water, correct?
Correct.
Congestion.
Correct.
So what's the advantage of having more people unless they have high-paying, sustainable jobs?
Well, the advantage.
To be a server is no
well,
big
I
deal.
know, but you're talking about in general, right? The advantage is they're bringing more business in Nevada, in Las Vegas alone. They can give more job to people that doesn't have job.
Then they have high unemployment here then, is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
A lot of unemployment?
I believe so.
So why are they here then? There wasn't any jobs.
Well, as I said earlier, we talk about that the living expense here are a little bit cheaper than San Diego, California. Because
California
California,
leaves, yes.
my sister is a single mom, and she's paying townhouse 3 bedrooms for almost $2,000.
No, the difference is if you own property in California, if you own a house, you're doing very well. If you're renting it and you don't have an excellent paying job, you have a problem. However, like I tell people, California has taxes, New York has taxes, but you get value for your money. Here, you pay separate for garbage collection, separate for water,
I know,
separate
garbage.
for this, and this,
yes,
right?
Yes,
So you're not getting a
garbage,
deal.
water, gas, electric. What else?
Well, you also have to pay, like for example, in Summerlin, Howard Hughes Corporation gets $50 a
HOA.
month. HOA and a model
So
city.
five.
They get you here, rather than all-inclusive. You know, if you live in a city, for example, you may have unlimited water, or you pay a flat fee for water. You may have sanitation pickup. Here, it's all privatized, for crying out loud, for most of it. You know, the big excuse is they say the water agency here, they say it's non-profit, independent. That's BS. Why? It's controlled by the county commissioners. They
That's
are the
true.
board. So when they say they have to raise these rates, they raise it because they do it politically. That's why. But my point being is, if you have a drought, if you have problems where there's too much congestion, what's the point of having more people here if you're not prepared?
Well, they're gonna have more people here because I just read the news today. I mean, I've been reading the news. I've been reading the books that they're. I know they've been talking about this, but the earthquake will happen anytime soon.
Say it again?
Earthquake.
Here? California.
San Andreas Falls, right?
Okay,
California.
but why do you worry
They're
about
not-
California, not Arizona or Utah?
No, what I mean is you're talking about Las Vegas. You know,
Right.
why do you think that Raiders will be benefits? What
That's
is
right.
going to be benefits us?
Well, let me ask you this: why are the Raiders moving?
Well,
If they
it's
were benefiting where they were.
No. It's a business. It's politics.
But why are they coming to Las Vegas and not staying where they are?
Because the owner probably wants to do joint venture in Las Vegas,
And who ends up paying for that?
Nevada, Las Vegas.
That's right, the people. In California, you don't see that. You want
Nevada,
private
Las
enterprise?
Vegas.
If you say let's do private enterprise, do it. The taxpayers shouldn't get involved. Or the tax on the hotels. They're ripping off the tourists
the reason is come on now, Steven. You know it's business.
here. It's business.
If the Nevada or Las Vegas didn't want to get involved with that, how are they going to make some business? Think about it.
What do other states do?
Well, I think every state anyway has that relationship.
That's right, but is business the only motivation for people living here? What
Of course, if
You think
this
so?
not is going to be here, it's going
What
to
about the
add more.
retirees
You know
here?
what? It's going to add more money for the casinos, so the casino can give distribution to Las Vegas. How does this going to work if this business is not going to happen? Think about that.
Oh, I am thinking about it. What does San Diego use?
Well, they have a lot of income there, especially they have
But military?
casinos also.
You're saying that San Diego competes with
Not
Las
really.
Vegas?
It's not competing. We're not trying to
Of
say
course.
competing. You know
But
what
people
I mean?
go to San Diego because of the climate,
Yeah, the
Right.
weather.
the weather. They have the military there, which they have military here.
Not just that. They have a zoo.
Good schools.
They
Yeah.
have the zoo. They have
Culture.
Disneyland. They have what else? There's so many they have in there.
So what
you
do
know.
they have that Las Vegas doesn't have? You just named
We don't
them.
have anything.
There you go.
Only water park.
And so basically it's all
I
gambling.
don't think we can bring a zoo here unless we have a very nice weather. I don't know. Maybe.
In other words,
maybe
if you're involved in gambling, if you're involved in casino work or ancillary things of that sort, sure, that's what you want. But why, and then we had this recent election, why do people feel neglected when they realize that tourism is not the key of all? In other words, people who make money from the casinos are a small group of people, not most of the people. Now, you were in real estate, right? You do real estate. What happened 5 years ago?
5 years ago, we are dead.
Why?
Well, because
The prices went too high.
too
People got
high.
greedy.
I think right now it's went too high too.
And so what does that mean?
Well, you get to remember if it goes too high, it goes go down. But it's predictable.
Yeah,
Come
but-
on, the
but-
market is still volatile, but then it's predictable.
But yet it's very interesting because the affluent people in Las Vegas never suffered, did they? If you look at certain areas, such as in Summerlin, Queensridge, Torrent Hills, you can find people selling their homes or going bankrupt. If they're multimillionaires, they're multimillionaires anytime the economy's up or down.
Queensridge,
Right?
by the way,
Golf
I
courses,
was,
how many do you have here? Who plays in those where they have $25,000 or $30,000 fees? Certainly not the person who works at a casino
well,
as a
all the
waiter.
people are international visitors, you know.
That's right.
Of course, not the local, you know, but some locals, they play when you are a homeowner.
And you know what? You just put it. Government and services should be meant for the local people, not for the tourists. That's it in a nutshell.
You think so?
Well, you tell me, you live here. Would you rather be
Oh,
catered
you
to the
live here.
tourists?
How many years you been living
I
here?
was here since 2012. But I also lived in Orlando.
Oh, you're new here.
Relative. I lived in Orlando, Florida before Disney and after Disney. I can tell you there's a big difference.
Where did you came from before you moved here?
I lived in New York,
Mm-hmm.
Forest Hills. I was born there, lived in Brooklyn, but then I lived for over
And why
18
did you
years.
move here in Vegas? It's so hot here.
Well, there was a big transition between when I was born in New York, then I lived in Florida, back to New York.
No,
but why
because
here?
it's a good living here. It's not
Why here?
expensive.
I'll
know.
tell you why. Because relatively speaking, New York City was getting very expensive and I was tired of the cold weather. That being said, since I've been here, for example, my HOA where I live has gone up every year. Taxes have gone up every year. Matter of fact, do you have car insurance? Didn't go
Yeah.
up all the time.
I know.
Everything's
it's
expensive here now. You know who they blame it on? They blame it on the Californians. Why? Because they bring their accident. People here litigate for every little reason. I'm a lawyer, but not a trial lawyer. But it's these accidents from people who come from California to here. You get a fender bender, and they sue you in court. And of course, who's paying for it? The car owners, right?
Yeah.
So, are you losing money living here compared to 5 years ago?
Well, once again, we're gonna come back on the second segment. We're gonna talk about Trump, right?
All right.
Anyway, Stephen is a lawyer, and he is one of my editor. He is the only one
Only
editor
one,
in chief,
huh?
only one editor in chief of the magazine coming out soon, and he just ran for Congress, but of course he didn't win. But
I
he
didn't
went by
win.
how we won you.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Join us in the conversation. We're going to be talking about the immigration of Trump. Why did he back out? Well, not exactly. All right, we'll be right back.